everyone, today's construction day 129.
Alright, so today's video will be the last video before Christmas because the guys decided to take Christmas Eve off, and I don't blame them. Spend a little extra time with their family. So they'll be off Saturday, and then of course Sunday is Christmas, their normal day off, and then they'll be back to hit it hard on Monday morning. So that give us a break. We can have 2 days off in a row, and Wilma and I have not had 2 days off in a row for several months, so we're kind of happy about it as well. So we want to wish all of you a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and enjoy as much time you can with your families.
Merry Christmas everyone, and have a Happy New Year.
So today they're doing some landscaping. Of course, they're working on tile. So we just did a real quick video today, just showing some progress. Because remember, we have that Feed a Village party today. So we met Justin early this morning and dropped the rice off at the barangay, so we know where it is now. And it's about 10 minutes from our house. And get a chance to meet some people, and I did do a short video there as well, and then we ran up to the work site and shot the video. So now we're doing our intro here on the side of the road here in Darwin. So again, Merry Christmas, guys. We got a video coming out of Feed the Village probably Christmas morning or Christmas Eve, depends on how I get it edited, and then we'll be back with our regular updates Monday evening Philippine time. So take care.
Bye everyone.
So west side fence, you can see the one that's dry is the truck turnaround that we did a couple weeks ago, but the guys are now going down, and then look at all the panels they've gotten completed, to include that last panel in the back. They're wrapping that up today. So the guys are taking Christmas Eve off. They are going to take a day and spend it with their families, and then they'll be back Monday morning. So you know, that's a good thing. Now they still got to do the columns here, so that'll get done at some point. But they are making nice progress with the fence. And then now Janelle can start the process of backfilling here a little bit. Now we're not going to backfill all the way with dirt to the fence because it needs to be painted, but we will put rock in there as the last. But there's two things that need to be done. And you can see that Janelle had a surprise. You see that hole right there? Look at that surprise. It's a big rock. Let me put my foot next to it. You can see how big the rock is. That was buried in there. So Janelle was able to get it out and put it here, and we'll clean it up, and we'll make it part of the landscaping. So that's a good thing. So what we're doing here is, now that we have the rock in place, and it worked real good. We had two pretty decent rainstorms, and the water dropped in, and it appeared that it all went down because we didn't see any spillage either way, and it rained there for a couple hours pretty hard. But that's not always going to be the case. We're going to get, you know, heavier rains. So what we're doing here is, this rock is about say about 4 inches thick. So what we're going to do is, right along here is we're going to dig down several inches, just so this water has somewhere to go. So you can see that the dirt is flush on this side, and was flush on this side. But now we're taking it down at 3 or 4 inches, and then he'll start tapering down and have just a natural slope. And we're pretty sure that this is going to be grass, because we need some color in here. And that was, I just heard Wilma say yes. And that was recommended by the contractor too, saying, you know, concrete's great, but, you know, it's nice to throw in some color. So we'll probably end up doing grass all the way down this strip down, and then the same thing on that side of the fence. And it'll be a smaller strip, but all the way down, just to try to get some greenery in here. And of course, Wilma's garden will be plush. But that's what Janelle's working today. You can see he's digging down 3 or 4 inches and then start taking it down to the fence, falling a little short. So once the contractors are ready to paint, you know, getting the columns in, and they're going to nose the columns to look like the other side. You know, it sticks out, you know, a couple inches to you know, look like a true column sticking out. So once all that's done and painted, then we'll do any last landscaping, and then we'll fill in with rock. This rock, just like we did on the other side. So moving in the right direction for sure. And then you can see we still got a lot of work here. We'll probably come out once he brings this dirt in, because you know that's a good 18 inches drop right there. So we want to fill this in, compact it, and then be about 4 inches or so below, and then use this same rock to come around and probably come out, you know, a couple feet, you know, 60, 70 cm, and just do another strip of rock here, and then have that all level like it is on this side. You can see it's settled already. We had that flush, and you can see it's down a couple of inches. So we'll have to put another layer there. We don't want a trip hazard. I mean, I don't see the reason why we would ever go over there, only to clean this out if it ever needs to be cleaned. But we'll go ahead and just get rid of that little trip hazard, and then we'll come around with some additional rock right here. So Janelle's working on it as well. So landscaping progress on the west side fence. So here in the master, they were able to get the shower floor completed. Very nice. And you can see the drain there. That's in between where the 2 shower heads will be. And you can see how, again, I don't know if you can tell, but it's definitely sloping this way and definitely sloping this way. So that's real good. And then the same thing, you can see that little lip there. That's just so water doesn't puddle up and go up that way. So it'll drain this way, and of course it'll drain this way. So a very nice job. Still needs to be grouted, cleaned up, but definitely looking good. So next, which will be on Monday, because the guys are taking off tomorrow, we'll be working this. This is what the foreman said he's doing. He's going to start here and using that same tile. Just repeat over here, and then eventually we'll have our shower heads, which we did buy, one there and one there. So that's purchased. What we did not purchase yet is the water heater, which we need to get. So I'll probably end up getting that on Monday. If the stores are open with Christmas, I gotta find that out. But I believe the brand that's been highly recommended because of doing 2 showers worth of hot water at the same time is a Panasonic. And I did price it already. I was told to go to Polaris, who has real quality stuff. That's what I was told. So there's a Panasonic multi-point that'll be installed somewhere in here. And then the cold water coming in on both sides, getting heated, and then going out to the showers. So the shower heads are single point with back feed. So that's what the foreman told me to get. So instead of the side feed like in the spare that I showed you a few videos ago, the water line will be on this side, which is nice because it'll be buried in the vanity. You won't see it. You won't see the water heater either. But it will come in and go straight in. So he said that would be easier. So that's the type we bought. So progress here in the master bathroom. So take a look at that floor. Look how nice that looks. So Wilma said I did a nice job. We still got there's a few spots there that has some concrete on it, but 90% of it's cleaned up. And she told me that I can stick around because I did a nice job cleaning the floor. Only a few more to go. All right, so Janelle was able to get this last piece completed. So we did cut the pipe. Remember the elbow that was right about here? So we have it turned and going down about 3 feet, and then we put the wire mesh around it with tie wire. So any water from behind the pergola will come this way and dump, and then it will follow the rocks down very steep. And you can see the rocks down there, the larger rocks. So he put a bunch of rocks about the size of bowling balls down there, and then really got the dirt out of there, and then these smaller rocks on top. So I told him to go ahead and stop here because we're concentrating just from the rock wall back, and that's for another time. And then we'll concentrate on this side of the house now. Another beautiful day. Very hot this morning. Slight breeze, but not so much. Pretty hot. So take a look at this. Remember the 4 cubics that was here like 2 days ago? Janelle used most of it, and then has a lot of bags. Look, he bagged all this up. I mean, Janelle is just an unbelievable worker, just nonstop. So see how he bagged everything up, and it's ready to go. And what we'll do on Monday, again, if they're open, I'm going to go ahead and order another 2 cubics just to get it up here, because eventually we'll be using this rock all the way down this fence line, and then of course the rest of the way down here, and then eventually in the front as well, all the way around the perimeter inside the fence. So you might as well go ahead and order it now and get it up here, and then we have it when we need it. All right, so we're just outside Dowen, and you can see why, another reason why we picked Dowen. Look at the road, 4-lane highway. It's a very nice highway, less traffic. So this is one of the reasons, but this is where we get our gravel. It's Lucky SL Hardware Construction Supplies. So we're gonna go ahead and order another 4 cubics because we just want to make sure we have enough. So as you saw in the update that Janelle bagged up quite a bit, and it's sitting there waiting, but we're going to go ahead and order another 4 cubics. So that's 2 truckloads, and just get it up there on site, and then we know we have it. So that's what Wilma's doing now, and we're going to ask them to deliver on Monday, since the guys will be off the 24th. So it's right outside Dowen. I mean, Dowen is literally 1 mile that way. And the store is Lucky SL. All right, so the puppy's first meal, and they're making a mess. But what Wilma did was she took rice and then she cooked it, and then soaked it in chicken broth and made it soupy, damp. And she put some in there, and you can see, you know, they're not neat. They're spreading it all around. But they are eating it. Actually, they ate it pretty quick. So it looks like they can eat some solid food already. And we have water there, so we got to teach them to drink the water. Now, they probably won't like the water, so we're going to have to get some type of condensed milk. But you can see that she put a couple clumps in there. Not too much, because, you know, we don't want to give them too much the first time and see how they stomach it. But look at them go at it. So I thought it was going to be a learning curve. There's no learning curve with these guys. They dived right in. So they're eating away. First meal is chicken broth and rice. True Filipinos. So just a few months ago, I didn't know what a weep hole was. Never heard of it in the US, but I'm on the opposite side, so you can see the rock there. Let me zoom in. Right there. So, of course, on this side, the fact that we have drainage coming this way and then down, there could be a lot of water that'll accumulate here at the bottom of the property because the property continues to come down. So I've heard people say that they've had so much water, for an example, coming down this way that would actually knock a fence like this over, or even a fence as tall as this. So they put weep holes. So it's typically like a 3-inch pipe, like the pipe we used for the drainage. And then what they do is once they get the grade down, they put some gravel, and then they just basically punch through in several spots. So especially down on this end, as well as down that side, the fence line on either end. But we'll also put some here in the middle, maybe every other panel, a 3-inch weep hole. So if we get a lot of water and it comes this way, instead of it just building up, and then eventually spilling over at this level, which is several feet above the ground, because this will be steel here, so the water would spill over. It would be able to weep out. That's why they call it weep holes. Weep out at the right level. So we have to figure out what the right level is, and then put them in. Then the water would just go through those pipes and just leak out here. And then of course we have to landscape this, and then the water would just, come out this way and then come out here to the road, thus taking the pressure off of this wall. So I just wanted to explain that. It's a new term for me, but we'll have several on this side, a couple in the center, and several on that side.